But our first week back, because for, you come back a week early, so school hasn't started yet. You're just practicing. I think it was the Tuesday, we ran 150s all out in spikes, lane 6. But Sanders was doing it in a way that Coach Lambert used to do it, where you would run individually, but he was yelling out the times, to have competition. It was still a competition, but you're focusing on your own lane. So Jordan goes first. He runs 16-1. Then Justin goes. He runs 16-0. And then Cam goes. And Cam runs 15-7. No, 15-6. And, he starts hyping me up. He's like, we got the sensation from Canada, blah, blah, blah. Like, man, these is not ready for what's about to happen. I've been grinding for this. Been working for this. And, if you ask, Justin and Cam, they probably don't even remember, the times. But I do, because I was working for this, bro. I crossed the line. He's like 15-5. I was like, oh boy. Oh. And, obviously, I'm talking my shit because that's what I do. Yeah. I told y'all not ready for me, bro. Y'all not ready. And I don't know if Justin was upset because I slapped him or, he got a little hype, but he started talking back to me. So, we're going back and forth, and then Sanders like, yo, want to run another one? J-Love's like, nah. Cam's like, nah. And I was like, fuck it, of course. This man Justin's trying to talk. Let's go. Let's get this money. And he was like, it's just y'all two? I was like, yeah. And he was like, you want to race? And I was like, see, I don't know, bro. It's it's the end of practice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to really do that. And Justin was like, so you're scared? I was like, get on the line, bro. Get on the line.
Get on the line now. Stop talking.
And I knew that Justin was the kind of guy to get out, so I was like, I have to just stay with him. And once we get up, I'm gone. We get out, and we're neck and neck, so I'm feeling nice. The second I stand up, pop, 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 my hamstring just pops, just goes. And that was freshman year is kind of just that instance over and over and over again, which was real frustrating, bro. I never felt so ready and so fast, but my body just wasn't ready to do it, which was probably the hardest 4 months I had to deal with as an athlete. Just seeing, because that was the year that Justin, David, Alistair, and Cam broke the 4x1 record.
So you're
And no offense to Alistair, I love you, buddy. Don't worry about this. I was I'm better than him. Yeah. I should be on the team. If it was Jordan, maybe I'd be all right, we be banging. But Alistair, I was like, nah, bro. It's not even fair. It's not fair. And I had to go through. I went through a lot that year. Just a lot of personal battles. Yeah. About if I even want to do this, because it's heartbreaking to get injured, but it's even more heartbreaking to work hard to get back, and then get injured again, and have to sit out and watch, and then watch your team do great, and while you're
want to be happy with them, but I want to be.
I also want to be doing great, So, freshman year was rough, but it was the time that I think I needed as an athlete to, grow, because I was still pretty immature in my approach to the sport. Because as an athlete, as a track athlete, which is part of the reason why it was hard to continue after, but it's also part of the reason why I loved it, is because you have to be meticulous about what you do, and about everything you do, not just about practice, but about lifting, and about stretching, about eating, sleeping, everything. It encompasses everything. So I felt like freshman year, I started lifting for the first time, started getting strong, started getting bigger. I felt like what I was doing off the track didn't really accommodate what my body was going through. Like, I wasn't flexible enough. I wasn't running properly. I was just running fast. So I needed that time to get my mind right, get my routines right, and everything like that. Which is why sophomore year, when I got injured again, I've never been so upset in my life. Like when I tell you I was doing yoga twice a week in the summer, I was working on my form every day. I was working. And when I felt that pop at Terrier, I was like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Like, there's no way this is happening. But I was able to get back, which was blessed. I ran 21.7 at conferences. But then seeing Cam run 20.5, I was like, like, come on. Like, I'm happy for you. I get it. But, like,
Should be up there at least banging with you.
yeah, that should be me. Like, I should be there. What David's doing with you, I should be doing. So that was frustrating. And then I pulled again. Wow, I pulled so many times, bro. I pulled again the day before we left for Miami. Yeah, the day before we left. So like I still went to Miami because they had my ticket and everything, so I still went. But then, watching them run without me was still like, damn. And then Justin tore his hamstring on the relay. And, in the moment, I kind of just forgot that my hamstring was also not great. So I ran over there and I was helping him. I was helping him walk. And, like, I guess the adrenaline of seeing my friend get hurt, like, wore off almost instantly. And I was like, oh, he got his weight on me. Oh, whoa. But, so Justin pulled up at Miami, then we went to Texas, and Roby, like, hurt his hip flexor or quad or something, which kind of expedited my recovery because my injury was the least severe out of those three. So they needed me to come back for the relay, which was frustrating for me because I didn't want to just come back for the relay. Like, I wanted to come back for me. I wanted to come back to like 21 mid, 21 low form. I want to just, like, Lambert's goal for me was to be able to run the first 90, hand off the Cam, and that was it. Like, that was the objective, which was something that I had to wrap my head around. It wasn't until David Lagerberg sat me down and he was like, yo, we have a chance to do something great if you can, like, get right and get healthy. And committing myself to the team was difficult because track's individual. Like, I didn't really, like, want to just run the relay. But I did because, the team wanted me. I really respect David. I love David. So, if he asked me to do something, like, I'm going to do it, And we ended up running 39.9 that year, which was exciting but devastating at the same time because we ran 39.9 and we came 14th at regionals and top 12 make it. And I was like, yo, this is not like, like if I was like 100%, like, there's no way that we don't make nationals. And it was just like, it was rough to, like, deal with that, especially with it being David's last year. It was like, sorry, we couldn't pull it out for you, And then we looked at the West regionals, and we would have came like 8th, which was probably a mistake. We shouldn't have even looked because why? We can't petition to the NCAA. So, like, that was frustrating. But going into junior year, I was like, this year's all about me. I don't care about the relay. I don't care about anything except me, because I felt like I was 20-point ready for the past 2 years. I just wasn't able to run. So everything that I did junior year was to basically prove to myself that I was right. Yeah. You know, like, I really am who I think I am. So it was an unruly grind. Like, I haven't worked that hard in every facet of the sport. You know, I didn't drink that year. I lifted more. I slept a lot, like more than I've slept ever. 8 hours of sleep a day. I had like an alarm. I had class at 8. I had to wake up at 7. I'm going to bed at 11. I had to wake up at 6. I'm going to bed at 10. Like, so that was just a different grind. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it in the season, which Coach Jay didn't stop talking about, because at conference, I don't know if you remember, if at conference in the 200, Lambert was like, shut down at 150. Yeah. I want you to send a message. So I came out the corner, shut down, you know, did my little look around, you know, where'd everybody at? Crossed the line, I ran like 21. Coach Jay was like, that was the race. Yeah. Like, that was the race. And I was like, don't worry, I'll get in the final. Like, the final, there's more adrenaline, you know, Cam's right there. It'll be blessed. And then the final came, it's raining. Yeah. There's a headwind. It's cold. I was like, damn, I should have ran through that line yesterday, bro. And then I was like, it's fine, like, Cam's still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll still pull me to something. And like, this is one thing that I learned probably a little too late. I don't know about too late. I guess it was my second last year running, but my whole race plan that day was latch on to Cam. Yeah. Like, just hook onto him and just let him pull you. You know, he about to run like 20.6. So if you're right there, 20 point is right there. Yeah. All you have to do is hook onto him. And then he false started. And he was gone. Like, my race plan was gone. Like, there hadn't, like, so at first I was like, shit, what am I supposed to do now? And then I was like, I'm supposed to win this race. Like, I'm supposed to win this race. It's like, this is my race to lose now. Totally different feeling. Instead of being like in a race where if I win, it's a total surprise, to like, if I lose,
from like,
it's an upset.
I gotta get a time for myself, because like, Cam's got the team.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, I gotta get the team.
Yeah, and get the time.
And this all happens within like seconds.
Yeah.
After.
And then, oh man, like, I've never been so like visibly upset on the track before. But like, I came out the corner, just like senior year of high school. Like, I came out the corner like in last, and I worked to get back. But this time when I leaned and I looked at Devin from Navy, he leaned and he threw his arm up like this, and he beat me by like 0.0000001. And I was like, you gotta be f***ing kidding me. There's no way that just happened. There's no way. Because like, one thing, ever since that time, junior year, when I made the team on the last day, one thing I always pride myself on is, like, when I need to do it, I'm gonna do it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm clutch. That's what I do. Like, when you need me to do it, I'm gonna do it. And I couldn't pull it out, like, and it just didn't feel like me. It didn't feel like it was real. And like, you know, he was all hype, talking shit, and I was like, you won on a technicality, dog. Like, who dives like this, bro? Get out of here. I was so upset. I've never been so upset in my life. And yeah, man. But then that was, since I was healthy that year, that was the first time I could go on the Canadian circuit and run provincials and run nationals for like the first time. So the goal that year was to run at FISU, which is the World University Games.
Yeah.
So I think I was ranked like 4th in the 200 for university athletes. One of those guys were like 28, but he was doing the master's program, so he counts. But whatever. And Cam was also trying to, go to U.S. trials for world champs, I think. So we were training together like every day. And then I went home and I went to my Canadian coach and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to make the team because I haven't made a team in a long time. So I worked with him for like 3 weeks. And, he always like follows me on my flow track and runner space and stuff. So he knew what my deficiencies were. So I did a lot of speed work. I did a lot of starts because I could always close. Like closing was never the problem, except for the 400 and the 500. But the closing was never the problem. It was always getting out. So when I went to Windsor for provincials, I ran the 2, and this guy, Dwayne, if you're watching this, you're a bitch, but whatever. This man, Dwayne, he ran 20.95 in the heat before me. And I was like, I'm better than Dwayne. Like, I've always been better than Dwayne in the 200. He ran like 10.3, like in the 2. I've always been better than Dwayne. So like, if he runs 20 point, I'm definitely about to go 20 point. It's not even. And I got out faster than I ever got out in my life. And I crossed the line, but like I was looking at the clock, which is something you should never do, because like I started to get a little tight, and I crossed the line. And when I crossed the line, I just crouched down, and I was like, please, this has to be the time. It has to be. And the announcer was like, Cameron Nurse, 20.96. And I was like, yes, go. Like, screaming, cursing, everything, like jumping up and down. I never felt like so ecstatic since like junior year of high school. Like, I was hyped. And because it was kind of like validation for me. Like, like I've always felt like I could do this. And there's people that didn't think that I could do this, or people that think that the 200 is not my event, or all that kind of stuff. And it kind of just felt like I like validated myself and like choosing this path. But then they were like in a 2.2 wind, so it was illegal. It didn't count. And the thing was that my legal time was at that year was 21:24 at Brown, into a negative 2.5, by the way. But the FISU qualifying time, like to be eligible for the team, you have to run 21:20. So like I wasn't eligible for the team. So I cool down. I'm getting ready for the final, and my dad comes, and he's like, the wind is like not slowing down. Like I don't know if we should run. And I was like, I have to. Like I have to try. Like there's no. Like I don't want to bet it all on nationals, because like you can still qualify at nationals, but I don't want to go into nationals without qualifying. Like I want to have the time and just focus on beating everybody else at nationals. So he's like, all right, you could run it, but if it's not legal, it's not going to count. And I was like, yeah, it's just either way, it's a rep, So, I warm up, I'm getting ready, and the wind is blowing. Like, I'm like, this is not about to be legal. Like, this is not. And, the race, the 200s come, and it's like the wind just dies down. I don't know what happened. It just stopped. And the gun goes off. and I don't remember anything for those 20 seconds. But I ran 20.82 into it like a plus 0.9 or something, 0.9. And if I thought I was ecstatic before, whoa. Whoa. Yo, I was hyped. My coach was hyped. He was in the stands. Marcel was lit. My dad was hyped. My dad never gets excited, bro. My dad never gets excited. Bro, like, he would stand at the same spot every race in high school. It would be the stands are obviously on the home stretch. He would stand at the top corner of the home stretch, like right above the finish line. And he'd always be standing like this. And after the race, I would always just look up like that. And he would either be like, or he'd be like, nah. Except for when I ran 21.5. And he was like, which made me upset. Like, after I ran 21.5, I went to him and I was like, yo, it's lit, I made the team. And he was like, you got things to work on. And I was like, no, but what made me upset is that going into the race, like the day before the race, I was like, I really want to make this team. And he was like, well, you ran 21.9 and you're third. Second place is 21.8. Third place is 21.7. I mean, first place is 21.7. And if you put like a good race together, a perfect race together, you could probably run like 21.78, 21.75. And I run 21.51. And he gonna be like, you got stuff to work on. What are you talking about? You said if I ran a perfect race, I would run 0.2 slower, which means I ran better than a perfect race. You should be ecstatic. You should be doing backflips. And he was just like, nah, man, you got things to do. You know what I'm saying? But back to junior year, I ran 20.8, which puts me top 2 in the university rankings or whatever in Canada. But it's not like I'm top 2 by a lot. Like, first is like 20.78, then it's me, 20.82, and then it's that guy who's like 28 years old, he ran 20.88, and then Drellin, who went to Ohio State with Dwayne, ran 20.90, and then Dwayne ran 20.95. Like, it's like, if you slip up, you're not making the team. Like, bro, you don't understand. I get to the thing, I get to the pre-meet, you know, I'm warming up or whatever, and I see everyone over there. Like, everyone I just named is over there looking at the heat sheets. And I go over there, I'm like, what up, bro? How you doing? You know, it's late, blah, blah. And Dwayne looks at me, he's like, I'm sorry, bro. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you got lane 1. I was like, you're lying.
Ugh.
You're lying. There's no way. There's no way I got lane 1. There's no way. Like, I'm like, I'm in the top echelon of the thing. I shouldn't be in lane 1. Like, it should be into out. And they're like, nah, like, it's heats, it's random. Like, Aaron Brown is in lane 2 in your heat. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. They got lane 6 and I gotta beat them from lane 1 in a different heat? Like, I'm not even racing them? This is fraudulent. Don't understand. So we run or whatever. I run like 21.3, something like that. But it's still good enough to put me 5th. Yeah. 5th? Yeah, 5th in the rankings. They're taking top 2. But I heard before that Drellin and Dwayne's Ohio State coaches didn't want them running FISU because because it's like it ended in like late August, and it would kind of mess with the season. So I was like, okay, so they're out, and that put me 3rd. I just need one more person to drop, and then Luke Canis, who's this French guy, he already made the Francophone Games team, which was that summer, which also made me upset because they took the calendar year instead of the season. So like that season, I ran faster than he did. But like the last season, he ran faster than I did that year. So they took him instead of me. And I was like, but I'm faster right now. but whatever. So I talked to him. I was like, are you gonna go to FISU? And he was like, I don't know, man. I'm already on the Francophone team. And I was like, but like, you should probably do that. Focus on that one. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, word. So I kind of left nationals thinking like maybe I'm on the team. And then the announcement comes out, and it has Lucanus' name on it, and I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Who? It's okay. It's okay. It's a sign. It would have messed up my senior year. You know what I'm saying? Going to my senior year, it has to be great. I want to go to Eugene. I've been trying to go to Eugene for the past like 5 years of my life, because World Juniors, when I got hurt senior year of high school, was at Eugene. And then every year in college, the goal was to go to Eugene. So senior year, I was like, this is it. Like, this is it for me. And then what, December, I break the 300 record with ease. Like, not with ease, but like, obviously I died the last 50.
Yeah, but early in the season.
But like, early in the season, and also like I wasn't sprinting the first two. So I felt like at 250 I would have died either way. I could be jogging and I would die. But if I hit it a little harder, maybe I go like 33.6, 33.5. But I remember that Cam ran 33.9 the last year. So I was like, okay, so like I'm on pace. And then we come back for Christmas and I run 21.4 indoors. And like looking at my history, which like wasn't the case, which pissed me off. But every year, indoors to outdoors, I dropped a second.
Oh, so that's like 20.4.
That's what I was thinking. Like, because with the year before, I run 21.7. Outdoors, I run 20.8.
Yeah.
The year before, I didn't run outdoors. The year before, I didn't run outdoors. But in high school, I ran 22 mid. Outdoors, I'm running 21 mid. Like, it just like, it makes sense that I'm about to run 20.4, 20.6 at the worst. We go to Bucknell, flat track, whatever, it happened. And then we go outdoors, and the first 200, were you in that race?
Possibly.
It was Miami, and it was in the heat. It was me, Kyle from Northeastern, and Taylor McLaughlin.
I wasn't in it, but I saw it.
And I was like, all right, so either I go 20 point or I get slapped. And I got slapped. I ran like 21.2. And Taylor dropped like 20.8 and Kyle ran 20.9. And Kyle is a person I don't like. I don't like that guy, bro. Because like the year that I was hurt the whole year and I decided to just focus on the relay, J Love was running really fast. And he made New England's, well, he made IC48, but we went to New England's because David wanted to graduate and all that kind of stuff. We went to New England's and he ran against Kyle in the 200. Kyle ran like 21.1 into a -2, and Jordan ran like 21.2 into a -2. But for the first 150, this man Jordan about to run 20 point. He was flying. I was like, oh, he fast.
Yeah.
But then at 150, he never had the strength, one, and that wind is heavy. So he hit a wall. And to this day, like, that's the only reason Kyle beat him that day. The only reason. After the race, we're talking to Jordan, telling him, like, what it looked like. And this man Kyle want to come over here and be like, oh, Jordan, thanks for pushing me, and walk away. Like, he would have slapped you, right? Like, he would have worked you. Still would not even been close. Anyways, I don't like that guy. He always says, like, slick comments.
Yeah.
So the fact that he ran 20 point made me upset. And then the next 2 weeks later was Florida relays. And I've been wanting to go to Florida relays for a long time. So I had it marked on my calendar. I was counting down the days. I looked at the heat sheets. I looked at everything. Gearing up for it. And like, I saw Belade there. he was in the heat before me. He was like, Cam, you about to go 20 point again? I was like, I'm about to go faster than you, boy. I'm out here. You know what I've been doing. I've been in the lab, bro. But, like, again, like, my start isn't consistent. My first 40 isn't consistent. So when I got out, I knew that I was behind. Long story short, I ran 21:03, which was like, fuck, that hurt. That hurt. But it's just, then what happened? What was after that? Auburn. Oh, Auburn was a rough one too. Because I got lane 3, and Nathan Allen was in lane 4. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to hold on to him. I'm going to run. And then, I don't know why I did this, bro. I don't know why, but, like, I went higher in my set than usual. So, like, I was going down. Like, I was coming on the way down. But on my way down, the gun went off. So I kind of, like, and I started running. I ran 21:1. So now I was like, like, if I just practiced my start, I'd have, like, I would just know, it'd be automatic. I wouldn't have to think about it, you know? It wouldn't be like, oh, that was too high, let me come down. I would just automatically do it. But, you know, like, I kind of took a break from the 4. I took a break from the 2, ran the 4 at Georgia Tech, ran 47.9, which should have been faster. Every 400 I ran in high school, in college, every 400 I was like, I should just sprint and just see what happens. Because I felt like if I did that, I would go fast. It wouldn't be pretty for the last 30, but I feel like I could probably go 47 low if I just committed and been like, screw it, I'm gonna just go. But every 400, after 100 meters, I'd be like, that's dumb. Why would I do that? I'm just gonna lock in right here. And then I would still die at 350, so I should have just sprinted. And then we went to Penn. Oh, Penn was one of those moments where I was just ecstatic because there was a lot of chirping, there was a lot of talking, bro. There's a lot of talk, cause no offense to Justin, but senior year it was my team. It was my team. That relay was my team. The 4x2, I know Justin split 20 point, whatever. It was still mine. And the year before, junior year, we won the IC4A section. So, obviously the goal was to repeat. And in Canada, there's this forum called Tracky, where people talk about track and stuff. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk about how we weren't ready, about how we couldn't do it. They were talking about I don't know if Cam Nurse can do what Cam Williams did, blah blah. I was like, all right, okay, I see it's okay. Wait, all right then. And then in the heats, we lost to LIU, which was it hurt because I was anchor. And then in the final, Lambert was like, oh, we're going to move you to 3rd. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm the anchor. I anchor the 4x1. I anchor this. I'm the anchor. That's what I do. But, he wanted to move Justin to anchor because Justin hadn't practiced handoffs or something for the 4x2, which, fine, whatever. And we also made the championship section for that. So we were against the best of the best. And you gave me this, when you gave me the stick, I just I felt something different that day. And when I handed off to Justin, it's just everything that I was feeling, all the haters and everything that I was feeling, I felt I handed it off. It was just gone. And I saw Justin, that's when he split. Oh, he split 19, my bad. I disrespected his name. He split 19. But seeing him split 19, and seeing him pass everybody and knowing we were about to win again, I just got so hyped. I started cursing. I was like, yo, this is what the fuck we do, guys. This is our shit. This is my shit, bro, blah, blah, blah. And then the official was like, hey, be you.
Yo.
Calm down. I was like, oh, yeah, my bad. That was out loud? I didn't even know. I didn't even know, boss. But, yeah, Penn Relays was one of those moments where, like, it just felt like every moment, now that I speak them out loud in succession, every moment was kind of like self-validation. Like, what I was feeling was valid. Yeah. And, like, that's what it actually was, like, proving people wrong. Even if, you know, what they were saying wasn't, like, disrespectful.
Like, out of the blue, it's like, yo, look at this time. Like,
yeah.
Damn, like, you're this type of runner.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, I see how you came to that conclusion.
Exactly. But, like, yeah. Like, the way I think about it, like, the times I wanted to achieve and the things I wanted to do, like, the 400 and even the 100, like, that was something that other people, like, kind of put on me. Yeah. Like, you could run 46, maybe 45 if you really commit yourself. You can run 10.5, 10.4 if you really commit yourself. But, like, in the 200, I was like, I should run 20 point. That's what I should do. Of course, other people said it too, but, like, I put that on me, and that's why it meant more to me. But senior year, I still didn't hit 20 point going into Patriot Leagues. That's probably why what happened, but whatever. Heats. Also, if the other people didn't go 20 point, maybe what happened doesn't happen either. Yeah. But I was in, like, the third heat. In the first heat, Billy goes 20.99. In the second heat, that guy from Army or whatever was 20.98. So then I was like, all right, I gotta show him what's good. And I ran, and off the corner, I was obviously in first because there was no one who could bang me besides those guys. And I started to lift, and I felt something in my hamstring. But I was like, I gotta keep going. Like, I can't stop. This is my senior year. It's my moment. And then when I crossed the line, I saw the time. It was like 21:2 or something. So I was pissed. And when I started to walk off the track, my hamstring kind of, like, locked up. And I knew almost instantly what that meant because I pulled my hamstring a lot. So it was, yeah, like, I just felt like my season was over. My collegiate career was over in that second. It's over. It's done. So, you know, emotional. I cried a little bit. Yo.